Let's jump back in now with all the news that's being made today on North Korea. Kim Jong-un vowing to strike the United States after the UN Security Council slapped strict new sanctions on North Korea's exports. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, as we've been reporting this hour, offering to talk to the regime, but only if it halts its missile testing. Joining me now is Ohio Congressman Mike Turner, a member of the House Armed Services and House Intel Committees. Good to see you, sir. I've been talking about you this hour that you were coming up. And I want to ask you now about the importance of China's voice getting in on this and not miss the fact that Russia also voted in favor of these sanctions at the UN. How significant is that?
Well, Harris, you are absolutely right. These sanctions are important, obviously, because they will put pressure on the North Korean regime. But more importantly, as you were stating, China and Russia came to the table and actually voted in favor of these sanctions. This is an effort, obviously, by the United States and a win for Ambassador Haley to garner the support of the international community, get them focused, but also get them committed to that there needs to be a resolution of this issue, that this cannot go on. North Korea needs to stop its missile tests, and it certainly needs to come to the table on negotiations to end its nuclear weapons program.
You know, you talked about a win for our Ambassador Nikki Haley, and thereby being a win for the Trump administration. And the president has all along made China, he's tweeted about it, he's talked about it, he's made that the pivotal role, if you will, in all of this. How important is it that he's been able to get to a place where this could happen? Watch and listen with me. The Chinese foreign minister got on record with this. Do not, and he's saying this to North Korea, do not violate the UN's decision or provoke international society's goodwill by conducting missile launching or nuclear tests. Of course, we would like to urge other parties like the U.S. and South Korea to stop increasing tensions. I think I understand that second part, Congressman Turner, as a little bit of politics. But talk to me about that first part, because that's important.
Right. It is absolutely important. You know, the United States has policies of non-proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and nuclear weapons. It doesn't matter if it's our allies or adversaries. China has been unclear in its position on non-proliferation and has clearly been supporting the North Korean regime as they've pursued nuclear weapons and their missile technologies, which threaten South Korea, Japan, and the United States, while North Korea has openly threatened to use these weapons, as you just reported even in this segment, threatening the United States. So China stepping in is now firmly taking a stance that North Korea's programs, its weapons, and its threats need to be halted.
So has President Trump and his administration maybe been able to get someplace with China that is fresh and new for this country, particularly where we are right now?
Well, Harris, you're absolutely correct, as you said earlier. To get to North Korea, you've got to go through China. And the president correctly identified that China was the key to this. You know, we have to de-escalate this. North Korea has to be disarmed. We're not going to be able to accomplish it without China. The president has correctly pointed the finger at China and said, this is something you need to step to the table to do. They're obviously feeling that pressure as they're beginning to go on record to oppose North Korea's weapons program, its missile program. This is a shift. And, you know, these weapons and certainly these missiles that they're shooting off now, they didn't just develop since January. This has been around a long time. It's good to see an administration that's stepping to the plate and saying this is a national security threat to the United States, and we're going to take action to stop it.
Yeah, you're hearing people like Senator Lindsey Graham say that we don't have really great options in all this. Are we going to go to war with North Korea?
Well, I would, you know, hopefully not. But I think we do have some options that don't always get discussed on the table, one of which is certainly our missile defense program. We've put additional THAAD in South Korea. We have the Aegis ships which have missile defense capabilities. We have ground-based missile defense that we're strengthening. The Congress just approved about another $2.5 billion on missile defense to help us there. We certainly are strengthening our allies. And then I think by putting this additional pressure on China, we can get North Korea to the table. There is no reason for a regime like this that is as erratic as it is with the leader that it has to have nuclear weapons and missiles capable of hitting our allies in the United States.
Do you advocate the president meeting or someone from his administration meeting directly with talks with North Korea?
Well, I think if China is involved and North Korea is coming to the table to actually negotiate elimination or cessation of their missile program and certainly ending their nuclear weapons program, those are talks that are worth attending. They will de-escalate the situation. They will make our country safer. And it certainly is the direction that this has to go.
Representative Mike Turner from the great state of Ohio. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Harris. Appreciate it.